Evening, everyone. How are we all doing? As mentioned, I'm Callum. I'm a second-year student, and I've been a part of the congregation for like 3 years now. So when first asked to do Squad Preach, I was unsure whether to say yes or not. Obviously, I've said yes because I'm here, but for the reason for that, why I was unsure, was because I've been feeling a disconnect. I've been feeling disconnected from God. And that disconnect was something that caused frustration, fear, confusion, and ultimately a sense of helplessness. Helplessness in the sense of no matter what I do to seek God further helps with that feeling of disconnect. And despite feeling this, that doesn't mean I've lost my faith or that trust I have in God. This theme and feeling of helplessness, I think, is something that is really valuable for me to talk about. I think could be a value to talk about, and especially how we sit with these feelings and continue to seek God when we're feeling this. So the passage I want to read from is Psalm 139, verses 1 to 2, and then it will also be verses 7 to 10. As this is something that I've found particularly valuable, so I would encourage you to read the whole chapter and take time to sit with it and read it. Here we go. Psalm 139, verses 1 to 2 and 7 to 10. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. This is pretty cool. It shows that we are seen and known by God in these periods of feeling helpless. We are always seen and known by Him. God is always with us, whether we feel it or not. He has a plan for all of us here, and He has a plan for us in these periods when we're feeling disconnected. And often in these periods, comes growth. We can see all of these things that I've just mentioned in the psalm. Something I think is incredibly important knowing is that there's always grace in however we feel. Grace is a gift that means we can approach God from any position, and it doesn't make a difference because God's love remains consistent. Grace, I've just said that bit. In feeling disconnected, it can feel like that wanting to hear and knowing God's presence more. Is that something it can feel like it's something that comes from us and we have to do more. And it can maybe feel like something that requires more effort or work or prayer or more reading of the Bible. But doing more through our own strength will only get us so far. Richard Foster puts this very well in his own book, The Celebration of Discipline. And he says, the needed change within us is God's work, not ours. And as someone who thinks the solution to things is just do more and try harder, I think this is something really encouraging, and it keeps me grounded. And it shows that there is a grace in the helplessness, and that there is joy knowing that God sees us and that He is with us. And from that comes peace. So now normally there would be, some practical bits of advice and what can help with this, what could help with this feeling disconnected with God. But currently I don't really have all the answers, and I don't want to know what that looks like. But I do want to encourage you to sit with what you are feeling when it comes to your relationship with God and the connection that you have. Sitting with God looks completely different for all of us. And there's no one right way of doing this. And it also might feel uncomfortable too, and if that's the case, that's okay. And I would encourage as we go into the time of response that if you're maybe feeling a bit helpless, disconnected, or uncomfortable when it comes to your relationship with God, that you would ask for prayer, whether that be from someone from the prayer ministry team or a friend that you trust, or come and talk to me. I found that when I've been feeling helpless and disconnected in my faith, in my connection with God, that actually praying for ourselves can feel like too much. And so bringing someone else in can be really valuable. Our invitation today is to not panic when we feel helpless in our disconnect, because God knows everything, and He has a plan, and He's always with us, and ultimately He loves us.